Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? Hello, my incredible Level Up family. Welcome back. I'm so excited. Today, we're going to do another episode of Level Up with Debbie Neal. I'm so grateful to be here as your host. And we're going to be diving in today to a topic that I really believe can help you achieve your goals, increase your productivity, right? Because that's really huge in leveling up, and ultimately take your life to the next level. So what we're going to be talking about today is focus. So here's the thing about focus. What we focus on, we create. Like, poof. So what do you want? Like when you think about leveling up, and it could be in all areas of your life, it could be in your health, it could be in your relationships, it could be in your business, it could be in your job, it could be in your income. What is it that you want to level up? What are your goals? Like, what are your dreams? And so, if I ask you that question, do you know what your dreams are? Do you know what you want your life to be like? So often, especially as adults, our dreams are sitting somewhere in a little box. And every now and then we're taking them out and we're looking at them and it feels so great. But then we're like, oh, reality, let me just go and tuck those dreams away. But we have the power to create them. So it's about focus. What is your vision? This is why we journal. This is why we goal set. This is why we write and say affirmations, because those affirmations, right, are about focusing. This is why we practice gratitude. So today, we're going to be talking about how to improve our focus, but it does start with focusing on the life that we want versus focusing on the life that we really don't want. Our goal is to focus on our dreams, not our fears. And I want you to truly understand how huge this is, how very powerful this is. Most people spend their days, spend their time focusing on what they don't want, right? So like, I don't love my job. I don't like the people I work with. I don't like the relationship I'm in. I don't have enough money. I've got debt. I'm not happy with the way I physically look. I don't like the way I feel. So, we could expand and talk about areas, and that goes for business, right? So when you think about business, what is your year-end vision? What is your vision for your professional life 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 12 months from now? Like, what's your vision? What's your 5-year vision? And if you don't know that, I'm inviting you and I'm encouraging you and I'm professionally forcing you to change that immediately. Because until you have a vision, nothing is going to change, right? Because what are you focusing on? If you're not, is it just like, yeah, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But you see, once you create one, that becomes your point of reference. That becomes what you're going to focus on. So you want to focus on it. You want to talk about it. You want to feel it as if it has already been created. Who will you be as a leader when you create that level of business? How will you feel to have that level of income? And that's what I want you to focus on. I want you to know that what most people focus on what they're making today. They're feeling lack. They're feeling doubt. They're feeling fear. They're feeling insecurity. They're thinking about what their business looks like today, how they feel today. So again, it's going back to focusing on lack. What you focus on expands. So we're talking about focus today. People are thinking in negativity. And quite honestly, in today's world, it's really hard to escape that. We're going to be talking about distractions, fear, scarcity, and then they wonder why nothing is changing. And you may think you're doing the work, like going through the motions, doing the do, going through your tasks. You may think you're going through the motions, but your energy goes where your focus is. So if you're focusing on the things that you don't want, you're going to continue to create the things you don't want in your business. Your results will always be a mirror image of your focus. And this is where minding your mind comes in, controlling those thoughts, and building your mindset plays a huge role it does take work. Like it takes work to mind your mind. Most people see a glass as half full, see it as half empty. Most people see where they are now, see where you're going. Most people see what their income is today, realize today that, where you're going to be and feel that gratitude for it. So it's minding your mind. And so let's even take this, and kind of spin off on it a little bit and talk about relationships, right? Because most people focus on negative parts of a relationship. So, this person didn't do this person said that. They focus on what's missing versus what it is. And that's when it comes down to like focus on gratitude, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a significant other. Like make lists. What are you grateful for? What do they do that you love? What do they do that you're grateful for? What do they do that you really admire? Most people complain versus feeling the gratitude. So focus on the good. And honestly, if there are too many things that you really don't love, then it's like change the relationship. Like maybe it's not working. And again, this could be friend, it could be business, it could be significant other. Maybe somebody's outgrown somebody. Maybe you realize, wow, maybe I really do care for that person, but we don't really have the same goals, the same vision. We're not focusing on the same thing. It may be time to do the deep work to solve it, or it may be time to move on, but focus on what you want. Make a list. What do you want in a relationship? What do you value? What are you looking for? What do you want your life to look like? What would you like your life partner to be like? What would you want the life together to be like? Now, we all know perfection doesn't exist. But I do believe there's a perfect person for you and for all of us. So focus on it, see it, and feel it. And that is when that person is going to walk into your life. And that could be a business partner too. Again, you could have business partners that you're like, oh my gosh, this person's lazy and this person doesn't show up and this person doesn't perform and this person's not committed. And if you continue to focus on that, A, that person's going to continue to show up that way. And B, you're going to continue to attract that into your professional life. What we focus on, we create. There is a lack, so if we focus on there's a lack of good partners in the world, that's what we're going to continue to find. So the first step is to focus on what it is you want. In order to create what you want, it starts with a vision in your mind, right? Backed with consistent thoughts and images of what it is that you want. And I can remember starting my business 17 years ago, I created a vision at the very beginning, and I saw myself at the top. I saw it, I felt it, and I kept that vision and that feeling as my focus. It was my point of reference. So with every obstacle, I saw my vision. I was excited. I knew beyond the shadow of a doubt that it was going to happen because that's all that I focused on. I had tunnel vision. No one could tell me otherwise. So start with being very mindful of what you focus on. Once you have that focus, it's time to master that focus because focus is vital and we have a choice. We create our life or we just allow our life to happen to us. We could be the captain, right, of the great ship of life, or we could be a passenger. And it really does come down to focus, and focus is very important. Focus is a superpower, but it's one that can be very elusive in our fast-paced multitasking world. So I started my business with a pink Razor flip phone. No social media, no ability to text. And it may sound really primitive to most of you, but it sure made focusing, in my opinion, much easier. So today your focus has to be bigger than the constant distractions that we are surrounded with. Named one of Oprah's favorite things in 2018, Cozy Earth's best-selling bamboo sheet set is temperature regulating and incredibly soft. Cozy Earth's bedding collection offers a variety of luxury pillows, sheets, blankets, and more. Cozy Earth's linen bedding collection adds a casual elegance to any space and captures the fabric's breezy, timeless appeal. They are so unbelievably soft, so unforgettably comfortable. CozyEarth.com products are made from responsibly sourced viscose from bamboo. Feels like heaven to the touch. At CozyEarth.com, you can explore their latest arrivals like new blankets, throws, expertly crafted from luxury fabrics like cashmere bamboo, ideal for year-round warmth and coziness, available in a range of earthly neutrals. I just got my set and I absolutely love them. So Cozy Earth provided an exclusive offer for my listeners today, up to 35% off site-wide when you use the code LEVEL UP. So let's talk about why focus is essential for our success. We're going to talk about how it impacts, right, aspects of our life and how we can harness the potential and use it for personal and professional growth. So why do so many people struggle with focus in today's world? And there really is several factors, right? So there's a constant overload of information, whether it's technology, the world is filled with distractions. We're also caught up in multitasking, right? And then there's just this, I don't know, just demand on our life where we lose, I shouldn't say we lose the ability to focus. We choose to lose the ability to focus. It's so easy to get sidetracked today. And going back to being mindful of what we focus on, there is fear, there is scarcity and division and negativity everywhere. It's a bigger challenge to stay focused. However, we can cultivate and grow our focus, improve our focus with practice and really utilizing the right strategies. So let's talk about some practical strategies for focus. Number one, 1,000% is setting clear goals. Clear. So we're talking about focus and clear goals. You notice the word clear is there because when something's out of focus, what is it? It's not really clear, right? So you want to really define, your goals, prioritize your goals and know what you're working toward. And when you know what you're working toward, you become motivated, you become inspired, and then you focus. So take whatever it is, break bigger goals into smaller, actionable steps. So for example, if you're like setting a yearly goal, okay, so what do you need to do next week? What do you need to do tomorrow? What do you need to do right now? What do you need to do in the next 2 weeks? You must have smaller goals so you then do it and great. Now I set the next one. Now I set the next one. So I tell anybody, if you're going to set like a yearly goal or a 6-month goal, set it, but now backtrack. What do those 6 months have to look like? Set the goal, focus on the goal, take action on the goal, create the feeling in your mind of already achieving the goal, but be very, very clear. Focus is clarity, right? Focus is seeing something in absolute clarity. So being successful, that's not a goal. Making more money this year is not a goal. Saving for a home is not a goal. How much? What's your title? What is the goal? A definitive goal. So define success, right? Really, what is success to you? So that's what the goal looks like. What title are you working towards? What income are you working towards? What will your team look like? What is the date you're going to create it? What is your deadline? See your goal in color. Be bold. Don't just set a goal, become the goal. Focus on the goal. See it clear as day. That's focus. If your goal is fuzzy, you're out of focus. If you're like, you know what? It's going to happen. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And eventually it's going to happen. That's not focus. That's like tiptoeing through the tulips, blindfolded, playing like pin the tail on the donkey. It's not a goal, okay? If you don't have a deadline, it's impossible to focus on the actions required. And focus is the key to movement and success. So another thing to create focus is to minimize distractions, right? So you want to identify distractions in your environment, right? Everybody's different. So we all have a phone, we all have social media, and we all have noise. And that noise could be, a couple of adorable 1-year-olds running around. That was my noise when I started my business. Noise could be negativity, chirping in your ear, right? So you decide what those distractions are and minimize them. So in other words, you don't eliminate them, but do you need to have your phone duct taped to the side of your head? I don't think so. Okay. I don't think so. Do you need to be scrolling through social media like it's an automatic reflex all the time? I don't think so. Can you be more professionally prepared for your noisy surroundings? Of course you can. So create a dedicated workspace, right? that you're going to be doing things, where you're not going to be distracted. So in other words, I work from home. And so I had to make clear boundaries. Mommy's working. I'm going to be in my office for an hour, whatever it was, but there was clear boundaries. My phone was turned over. I'm recording this episode right now. My phone is on airplane mode. There's not going to be any distractions that are going to come into my computer in the next 90 minutes because I'm recording a few episodes. We're going to record 4 things today that there's no room for distractions. I had to completely eliminate them. And if I didn't eliminate them, we're going to start, we're going to stop, we're going to start, we're going to stop. And then it drags out what should be a 90-minute process becomes 4 hours. And there's this thing called opportunity cost because I'm not eliminating distractions. And I record the same time every single week, but every single week, my kids get a group text from me. I'll be recording for the next 90 minutes. This way, they know nobody's looking for me. And if there's any emergencies, they'll call their dad. Okay. So eliminate distractions. If your goal is clear and you allow yourself to be surrounded by underachievers who whine and complain, you will lose focus. So again, we talk about this all the time. If you're around people that are distracting you and not adding to your life, okay, that's a decision you're making. You will begin to see what is around you. So if you're around people who don't have goals, don't have dreams, aren't committed to leveling up, that will become your focus. Be disciplined with your work time. Laundry can wait. Scrolling can wait. Picking up the phone can wait. Too often we avoid the important for the urgent. Life is busy. Life is happening. There will always be distractions. There will always be legitimate excuses, but what you focus on expands. If you focus on the obstacle, then that's what you're going to create, more obstacles. If you focus on where you're going, you'll be amazed how quickly you get over the obstacle or through the obstacle or around the obstacle. We always have a choice. You can have a really good excuse or a really good success story. The choice is yours. We are as distracted as we allow ourselves to be distracted. Life is an amazing thing. It's a gift. And don't allow your why to become your excuse. Keep your eyes and your heart focused on what you truly want. So another practical tip to gain focus is time management. Work schedule in your time. Because here's the reality. Every single one of us have the same 24 hours in a day. No one has 27 hours. No one has 30 hours. No one has less time. You can find someone with 4 kids and a busy life crushing their goals over someone with no kids and all the time in the world. It comes down to how we use our time. If something is important, we find a way. If something is not important, we find an excuse. It's as simple as that. If your goal is important to you, it's easy to say no to things that are going to take you further away or out of focus. I had dinner plans tonight. Actually, last night, but those were on my notes for today. I had dinner plans tonight with a really good friend, and a business launch came up for a new direct business partner, and I canceled my dinner and we moved it to next week. And you know what? She completely understood because she would do the same. We're both very loyal friends, but also respect and understand when something comes up that is important for a goal that we set. So don't be distracted by chatter. Don't be distracted with comparing yourself to someone else. Don't be distracted with the voice in your head that says you can't. I want you to know that you can. And this goes back to the mindset piece. Mind your mind. Remove the distractions. Be disciplined and do what you have to do. Do it because you said that you would. Do it because it builds your influence. Do it because it shows others that you live in your word. Do it because you are focused on the incredible life that you are creating. Okay, another practical tip, mindfulness goes back to the mindset and meditation. Practice mindfulness. Meditation can improve your ability to stay present. And you know what? If you're not normally, you don't normally meditate, start with a few minutes of daily meditation and then gradually increase. to more minutes and more minutes till you become more comfortable. And at the same time, incorporate mindfulness into your daily routine. Pay attention to be the present moment in every activity. So getting quiet in your mind is really huge. And it's so powerful when it comes to focus. It keeps you focused. It fills your mind with your vision. It brings you back to what you are creating. Minding your mind is everything. What we focus on expands. Our mind very often will go off the rails. All of a sudden, you're going down a rabbit hole. When you practice mindfulness, it keeps you focused. It keeps you grounded. It keeps you present. It keeps you in positive, good energy. Meditation is powerful. Meditate on what you want. Meditate on what you are creating. This keeps you focused on what you want versus what you don't want. When we think we're too busy for meditation is when we begin to focus on the wrong things. And by the time we realize it, we've taken 10 steps back. Another tip is getting enough sleep. Gosh, sometimes people brag, I can survive on 4 hours of sleep. God, are you here to survive or are you here to thrive? Because quality sleep is essential for optimal function, for concentration, right? Maintain a consistent sleep schedule. It really should be 7 hours minimum, ideally 8. So, and creating like a relaxing bedtime routine, right? So again, it's putting the phone down. It's getting off social media. Maybe it's journaling. It's meditating before you go to bed. It's making lists of your goals or your dreams or affirmations or gratitude. It's praying. So optimize your sleep environment. Like be comfortable. Your surroundings matter. Like I remember when I first bought my house and I lived in my house 15 years, but like it was very traditional. It was very dark colors at the time. So my room was like the bottom half of the chair rail was like a brown. The top half of it was a rust. The ceiling, I had like a multi-level ceiling and it was kind of like textured, darker. All of a sudden one day I was like, I can't even sleep in this. I know that it was once really in style 15 years ago, but I can't sleep in this. And now my whole room is like crystals and beiges and whites. And I come into my room and I'm like, because your surroundings matter. Okay. Another one, stay organized. So like create the to-do list, make a to-do list before you go to bed, wake up in the morning and do your scariest thing. Keep your workspace and your tasks organized, right? You don't want to have mental clutter. And I did a podcast, I keep saying not too long ago, I don't even know what it was, on decluttering, like the power of decluttering. Clutter fogs our focus. It's impossible to thrive in chaos. You may be able to get things done, but that doesn't mean you're thriving. Where you work matters. Where you sleep matters. Make it peaceful. Make it tranquil. No clutter. That space should be calm. It should center you. It should keep you focused. Your surroundings keep you focused or they prevent you from being focused. If you're in chaos, you will focus on chaos. If you're in a clean, organized peace, you will focus on all the good you are creating. Okay, another one, healthy lifestyle. Like focus when you regularly exercise, when you eat a balanced diet, when you stay hydrated, this impacts your brain's ability to focus. So we want to incorporate physical activity into our daily routine. We want to be eating nutrient-rich food to fuel our body. We want to stay hydrated by drinking water throughout the day. Your level of health absolutely affects your focus. Your health is connected to gut health. It's connected to your sleep. It's connected to your level of discipline. It's connected to your overall health. When we feel our best, our focus is clearer and sharper. How you do anything is how you do everything. In other words, another thing for focus is prioritize and delegate. Learn the difference between urgent and important, which we talked about, a little bit ago. Delegate critical tasks. Like one of the things I first did when I started building my business is like, I don't want to do my laundry. I don't want to do these things. I'm going to pay somebody to do it so I can be doing something that's bringing more income into my household. Don't get lost in busy work. Stay focused on what you want. Take the action and do the activity to create it. Maximize your 24 hours. If your goal is a priority, focus on it like it is a priority, right? And you want to regularly review your goals, right? That's going to keep you in focus. Are you regularly reviewing your goals? Are you reviewing your progress? And sometimes you need to adjust your strategies, adjust your action, adjust your time frame to stay aligned with your objectives. Be crystal clear, take complete ownership, be very aware of how close you are to your goals. Make any changes necessary to get on track. Track your progress. Keep your goal in complete focus. So focus is the difference between success and failure. Without focus, obstacles and distractions will appear and they will always be there. Staying focused is how you succeed in business. It's how you succeed in life. So focus on what you want. Keep your dreams in the forefront of your mind because what we focus on expands. You get what you focus on. So focus on what you want. So I love you so much, friends. Thank you, for joining us today. Thank you for listening to this episode on, focus and mastering focus. And if you guys love the content, please share it with your friends. Please share it with the people you do life with. Please share it with the people that you work with because they can benefit from this and improve their focus. And again, they could just be joining our Level Up family. And a quick reminder to subscribe to the podcast and follow us on your favorite platform. And if you guys do have a review, and giving this podcast 5 stars, I value it so much. So I love you all. Be absolutely amazing and stay focused.